Should the West interfere in the Ukraine war, Russia threatens retaliation. And the British are now saying, well, we can defend ourselves. Great Britain and Russia are currently in a rough discussion in the Ukraine war. A few days ago, Secretary of State James Happy described Ukraine's attacks within Russia to the BBC as legitimate. Well, they're the attacked one. But since then, there has been thick air. The Russian Ministry of Defense reacted promptly. If Great Britain motivates the leadership in Kiev to take such measures, this will immediately lead to a proportionate response. And what that means? The Russian army is on standby to launch retaliatory strikes on decision-making centers in Kiev with long-range, high-precision weapons. And Defense Secretary Ben Wallace told British radio station LBC Radio that he was not shaken by Putin's threats. But in the same breath he warns, we have nuclear-armed submarines deep underwater, hidden, waiting in case Britain needs to be protected. And in addition, the NATO forces are superior in number and weapons to Russia. And Wallace also says, I don't think Putin will use nuclear weapons. Russia's rulers have already made massive strategic mistakes. And the government in London is sending around 8,000 soldiers to Eastern Europe to take part in exercises there with British tanks and heavy artillery. A statement by the London Ministry of Defence on Friday spoke of one of the largest deployments since the Cold War to demonstrate the solidarity and strength of the British armed forces. The soldiers are to take part in exercises from Finland to North Macedonia and show how much the force has developed into a deadly, mobile and global force, said the Ministry of Defence statement. Among other things, 72 Challenger 2 tanks, 120 Warrior infantry fighting vehicles and 12 AS-90 artillery pieces are to be deployed. During the week, soldiers from the Queen's Royal Hussars were sent to Finland to take part in the Arrow exercise. They are to be integrated into a Finnish brigade, which also includes soldiers from the United States, Latvia and Estonia. But greetings to the Hussars that were stationed in Münster here a long time ago. The aim is to prevent Russian aggression in Scandinavia and the Baltic states, they say. In May, soldiers from the Royal Welsh Battle Group and the Royal Tank Regiment are scheduled to take part in the Hedgehog exercise near the Estonian-Latvian border, along with 18,000 NATO soldiers from the Forward Presence Unit. The exercise is the largest of its kind in Estonia and takes place every 4 years. And parallel to the Hedgehog exercise, the ongoing exercise in Poland will last until the end of May. In addition to 1,000 soldiers from the King's Royal Hussars Battle Group and the Light Dragoon soldiers, 11 other NATO countries are taking part in this exercise called Defender. Challenger 2 tanks and other combat vehicles, which are stored in the British location Sennelager near Paderborn here in Germany, are also to be used there. London had recently reversed the withdrawal it had already decided to take and, in the light of Russian aggression, decided to continue using Sennelager, primarily for the stationing of heavy weapons. The swift response exercise has already begun in North Macedonia, in which 4,500 soldiers from France, America, Italy and Albania are taking part, as well as 2,500 British soldiers, including those from the 16th Air Assault British Combat Team and the 1st Aviation Brigade Combat Team. The security of Europe has never been more important, Defence Secretary Ben Wallace said on Friday. With operations across Europe, the British Army will stand alongside its partners, combining our capabilities with our shared values and delivering peace and security, such as has not been seen in Europe in the century. According to newspaper reports, American and French nuclear-powered submarines have anchored at the British nuclear weapons site in Faslane. Apparently, they are to take part in an exercise in the North Atlantic in the coming weeks. On Thursday, Wallace compared Russia to a cancer in Ukraine that needed to be removed. Britain must ensure that Russian President Putin withdraws from all areas of Ukraine. Secretary of Liz Truss has also called for this. In a keynote address, she demanded that Russia be expelled from all of Ukraine. It was understood that London also wants the Russian withdrawal from Crimea, which has been occupied since 2014. And if you want to know more about the development in the Ukraine and even from 2014, yesterday my video, no, today on at 6 p.m. my video on the Ukraine came out on my global channel. So have a look there. The link is in the description. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.